Trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 10.
Now at 10, the final push. A multi-million-dollar school bond heads to voters next week. How district leaders are trying to win support after a previous fail. Then from booze to bucks.
Coats are not getting any cheaper, and the need is growing.
Firefighters hand-selecting a limited-release bourbon to help raise funds. Why they say this approach gets more people involved. Plus, paycheck pressure.
We, the people, do want you to blindly respect our votes.
Lincoln leaders hearing from dozens tonight on a push to restore minimum wage increases, how this could impact workers. And back from the brink, an endangered Nebraska species getting a second chance in Lincoln, what this means for the species' future. Developing now, the Waverly School District with one final push before a big vote next week.
Waverly's a small town and we want to grow, and if you want to grow, you got to spend money.
School leaders are hoping that kind of an opinion pushes them over the top for approval. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Rod Fowler. Next week, Waverly voters will have the final say on a $64 million bond aiming to revamp schools in the area. Channel 8's Danielle Da Silva was at the school board's meeting tonight. She also talked to some parents. All of this as they inch closer to an outcome on this. Danielle?
Rod, tonight the board summed up their final efforts to gain the community's support over their big plans that will enhance each school in District 145. The bond previously failed, so this final charge could impact whether their plans succeed or need a pivot.
Probably seen an additional flyer that was out here the last week. We are sending videos out on social media. Our Friday updates have updated bond issue information along with the videos.
Superintendent Corey Worrell giving a brief update at the last school board meeting before the community votes on the $64 million bond issue on May 12th. Additional efforts include some light canvassing, putting up poster boards around the city, and school newsletters filled with updates.
Right now, it's still information out. And, once in a while we'll have somebody call and ask us questions specifically about things, and we'll answer those. The vote will be next Tuesday, right, May 12th, and we'll see kind of where we are on everything.
The bond previously failed in 2024, which was first proposed at $90 million, but since then it's been reduced by $25 million. The plan would expand school cafeterias, weight rooms, bring more technical programming, and on top of that, enhance safety through controlled access, something very important to many parents with young kids in the district.
Happy with the reduction in the amount and the huge change that they had, and that they were able to find ways to bring that down. School safety is super important to me and my kids' future and their education.
Heather Martindale is another Waverly parent who has lived in the area for 20 years. She says she's seen the community grow and this plan is needed.
Well, if we want our kids to be successful, we need these things in place to make the schools better, obviously. And then everybody's, Waverly's a small town and we want to grow. And if you want to grow, you got to spend money and do all the things to make it better.
Another mom tells me off camera that the plans are growing on her too. At first, the $90 million amount seemed too much, but the reductions have her leaning towards what the plan will mean for her kids, who tell her some spaces are in fact cramped.
I also spoke with a man who previously served on the board for Foundation of Education. He says he's for the bond and knows how hard the district has worked on their plans to improve it. But since Waverly is a farming community with many large properties, he understands that hesitations that have come about around an increase have been regarding taxes. Well, we'll be following the outcome. Danielle Da Silva for Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Danielle. It is time for your first forecast now on this Monday night. Here's a live look at our Aurora cam. Oh, glory right there. As you can tell, the winds are still pretty strong this evening after we had a sunny and very warm day. If you like this weather, hope you got a chance to go out and enjoy it, because it sounds like some changes are coming very soon. Let's talk to Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins to learn more. Rusty?
Yeah, these temperatures back here, we probably won't see them again for, anytime soon. Lots of 80s out there for high temperatures. 84, that was only 6 or 7 degrees away from a record high in the capital city. 87 in Hebron, but look on the other side of of the state. Lower 60s, middle 60s. Yeah, that air is headed our way. In fact, we may not even get that warm tomorrow. Outside right now, the Barry Law Cam, we're looking at a little bit of a breeze still out there, but otherwise a pretty quiet night. Except in some spots, like north of Interstate 80 between Columbus and Grand Island, a little light to moderate rainfall, a couple of sprinkles between O'Neill and Columbus and Sioux City. A very light rainfall, but like I say, every time I see something like this, we'll take what we can get. Temperatures are already into the 40s in Chatter and everybody else in the 50s, and then some 60s lingering in Hebron, Beatrice, and Nebraska City. That wind hanging on out of the north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. As we head through tonight, a few scattered showers and more rain trying to move in by 6 o'clock in the morning in south central and southwest Nebraska. So rain chances are out there. More on that in the full forecast.
Thank you, Rusty. Right now, a firefighters union is using liquor to help others.
They partnered with the distillery, went down, picked what they wanted. We got the bottles, and then it kind of went from there. Went over well last year, so we're doing it again this year.
Grand Island firefighters are getting creative to give back to the community. They're starting a fundraiser that aims to help families through an unusual way with bourbon. Mackenzie Johnson joins us after speaking with the firefighters about their unique idea. Mackenzie?
From whiskey to wholesome help, the Firefighters Union in Grand Island is finding a fun way to get community members involved in charity, and it all begins with this bourbon.
We're hoping that same thing, we can go $3,500, $4,000 just in profit that goes straight into our charitable foundations.
Members of the Grand Island Firefighters Union traveling to Iowa and bringing back a barrel of bourbon. They hand-selected a limited release whiskey that they'll now sell by the bottle for a fundraiser. And not just that, but they also have custom glasses and flight boards. And all the money is going to help support people in the community.
Anybody can do, just ask for donations. For us, this was a great opportunity to get some of the members of our local involved and something that they're, there's one of their interests, one of their passions, and it's able to make a huge impact in our community.
The union gives money to local charities, and they help support families who lose their homes in fires.
If somebody is out of their house because of a fire, we can donate, a night or two in a hotel, something like that.
One of their biggest donations is the Operation Warm campaign, where they give winter coats to elementary students. Last year, they donated 120 coats.
Coats are not getting any cheaper, and the need is growing, but it's great that we're able to find new, unique ways, in this case, to meet that need.
Joe Burrows tells me in just 24 hours, they've already sold between 30 to 40 bottles of the bourbon, and they'll keep selling until the barrel runs dry. He says fundraisers like this one prove how essential it is to have community support for a good cause.
We're always going to be there for the citizens. It's nice when they're there for us.
Take a look here. This is their order form where you can learn a little bit more about the type of bourbon they selected and order a bottle for $75, a glass for $6, or a flight board with 4 tasting glasses for $40. We have a link to this form in our article at klkntv.com. Reporting in the studio, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
Very creative. All right, thank you, Mackenzie. Developing at 10 o'clock, Lincoln taking a closer look at minimum wage. Today, the City Council with a public hearing on a proposal to restore a $15 an hour minimum wage here in Lincoln. Dozens of people showed up to talk, many urging city leaders to follow what they call the will of voters who overwhelmingly passed this back in 2022.
We, the people, do want you to blindly respect our votes.
Supporters say current wages just aren't keeping up with the cost of living. The voter-approved minimum wage increase has it hitting $15 an hour this year, but recently, state senators approved a bill allowing lower wages for younger workers and capping how much minimum wage can go up. Now, if this proposal is approved, Lincoln can override that. No one at the public hearing spoke against this new proposal.
Lincoln voters have already expressed support for a $15 minimum wage. Restoring it aligns policy with the will of the community while strengthening economic stability for working families.
City Council is expected to take the next step on this proposal as soon as next week, where members could decide whether to move it forward to a vote or table it for further discussion. New at 10, from Lincoln to London, Governor Jim Pillen taking Nebraska beef and ethanol global. He's now back from a trip to London where he met with U.S. and U.K. officials to promote Nebraska beef, ethanol, and energy. The two-day meeting included meetings with trade leaders and events with international buyers. The trip comes as new trade agreements open the door for more U.S. ethanol and beef to enter the U.K. market, with state leaders hoping that means more business for Nebraska producers. The ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran appears to be at a breaking point tonight. The U.S. military says it fired on Iranian forces as it moved to reopen the Strait of Hormuz today. Iranian state media releasing this video claiming to show warning shots fired at U.S. Navy destroyers. The U.S. military says it sank 6 Iranian small boats threatening commercial ships. It also brought down Iranian missiles and drones being fired at ships that were trying to pass through the strait.
Cruise missiles were going after both U.S. Navy ships, but mostly after commercial shipping. We defended both ourselves, and consistent with our commitment, we defended all the commercial ships.
The United Arab Emirates also accused Tehran of launching new attacks on them today, the first major attack strike since the ceasefire went into effect. U.S. Representative Don Bacon of Nebraska releasing a short statement tonight. He says, quote, "The ceasefire has ceased. Time for Iran to learn another harsh lesson." Well, right now, Delta Airline is moving forward with a new rule that affects passengers and their stomachs. It's going to stop offering food and drinks on hundreds of flights starting May 19th. This new rule will affect all flights that are less than 350 miles, which means if you're flying a long distance or cross country, it won't affect you or those who fly the airline's most expensive and highest level of service, Delta One. When we come back tonight, out of the danger zone, how Lincoln volunteers are helping an endangered species grow in a new environment. And coming up tomorrow morning, flocking to chicken, how the rise in beef costs are causing many Americans to look to chicken for their protein fill. Find out more at 5, 6, and 11 a.m.
A very warm day today with a lot of temperatures in the 80s. We likely won't see the 80 degree mark again anytime soon. Rain's in the forecast too. That when we come back.
10, an endangered species here in Nebraska is getting the opportunity to grow. The nearly extinct creek tiger beetle is being released throughout the Marsh Wren area thanks to volunteers from Lincoln Parks and Rec. They're hoping to release up to 200 beetle larvae throughout the area in order to let the larvae grow and repopulate on their own. Lincoln Parks and Rec received the larvae from incubators from zoos in Lincoln and Omaha, also UNL and other wildlife services.
Our goal was about 200 larvae to do today to get out here, and I think you have a little bit of mortality in the lab, but we released probably between 150 and 170 larvae.
The tiger beetle, while a predator insect, is a prey to large animals like birds, frogs, and other wetland animals. Also new at 10, a new way to ride around Holmes Lake is now ready. Bike LNK announcing a new station is officially up and running at the park. They say the project has been in the works now for quite some time. The new station is now available through the B-Cycle app, giving riders an easy way to hop on and explore the area.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Today was kind of an odd day. Our high temperature was 84, which was well above our average of 71, but our low temperature of 42 was also below well, it was below. So the low temperature was below the normal and our high temperature was above the normal. That doesn't happen very often. It's usually both are above or both are below, but never like that. Anyway, and also we were 7 degrees away from that record high. Only 12 degrees away from the record low. Wouldn't that have been weird? Get a record high and a record low in the same day? I don't think that's ever happened. That's really hard to do. Temperatures right now are in the 40s, 50s, and some 60s out there. We're at 61 degrees in Hebron. Wind speed is out of the north at 5, 10, 20 miles per hour. Going to move over here. I'm on the wrong show. No worries. I got to fix something real quick. But the wind speeds, the wind gusts are out there right now at 20, 30, 40 miles per hour. I was trying to fix a few things. So now I'm going to move over to my normal show here. And this will work right here. Here's your state temperatures. We have, let it pop up here. There we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Temperatures in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. 60 degrees in Beatrice, 61 in Hebron. So still trying to hang on to those 60s, but that north wind now should start to cool us off fairly quickly. It's anywhere from 5 to 23 miles per hour, and there's your wind gusts, anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour. So this is the good news. I mean, it's not rain for everybody, but there are scattered showers, light to maybe even moderate rain between Columbus and Grand Island. Now that's going to try to linger. And right there, a little bit of light rain moves through southeast Nebraska as we head through 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Then kind of a break. The better chance for rain will be far off to the west, mostly cloudy skies, precipitation, and maybe even a couple of snowflakes mixing in parts of the Panhandle. In fact, there's parts of Wyoming and Colorado that could see 6 to 12 inches of snow and maybe a couple of feet of snow in the upper elevations of Colorado. That rain stays off to the west. Guess who really needs some rain right now? Well, all of us do. But this part right here has the worst drought you can have. So if they can see some rain sustained and light for hours, that would be absolutely fantastic. So hopefully this comes to fruition. They desperately need it. I know everybody across the state needs it, but some areas are in a worse drought than others. That's the western part of the state. So this area right here from about Ogallala to Scottsbluff and south and west, if we can see a good chunk of rainfall in that area, that would go a long way to helping them get out of the drought. Won't completely get them out. You can't get out. It's like getting into debt. It's really easy to get into a drought, really hard to get out of one. So temperatures tonight, 47 degrees, mostly cloudy, maybe a few scattered showers out there. Those temperatures anywhere between 40 and 50 degrees for the early morning temperatures. And then I think we're stuck in the 50s all day, 58 degrees, mostly cloudy. A few scattered showers, a possibility the further west you go, the better chance you have at seeing some rainfall. And I certainly hope if you need rain, you see it tomorrow. Temperatures will be in the 50s, between 50 and maybe 60, like Nebraska City, but I think most of us in the middle and upper 50s. We'll do it again on Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies and lower 60s if we're lucky. Notice 37 early Thursday morning. So a little chilly Thursday, but then we warm up nicely. I think we'll see the 70s many days in a row, maybe even some 80s as we head towards the middle of next week and towards that bike drive. 84 degrees and mostly sunny skies. Hey, today's May the 4th. So, Rod, I don't know if you're a fan of the movies, but who has the hotter daytime temperatures? Is it Tatooine or is it Hoth?
Well, I have my sources. Nate is off camera here. And he knows this, and I think he motioned A.
Okay, that's absolutely right. Apparently they have 2 suns, so of course they're going to be warmer than the ones that don't.
All right. Thank you, Rusty, and thank you, Nate, for the help. Tonight, we are hearing from former Channel 8 weather forecaster Kent Bowden. As some of you know, he's battling stage 4 cancer. He took to Facebook today to give us an update.
The chemo did not work. The cancer has spread throughout my body, and in my brain, it has nearly doubled as far as number of lesions and tumors. So this Wednesday in Omaha, I start radiation, whole brain radiation. They're 10-minute sessions, 10 days in a row, hopefully to shrink or alleviate the issues with cancer in my brain.
Oh, Kent, we're all thinking about you here at Channel 8. Don't ever forget that. Kent says there's a lot more fighting for him to do, but he also says he has a lot of living to do as well. He thanks everyone for their continued support. New developments now back in play at Bethany. After vandalism left multiple disc golf baskets damaged at Bethany Park, 3 broken targets have now been repaired and reinstalled. City crews had to remove baskets on holes 6 and 7 after the center poles were broken. Now all 3 are back in place, so players can get back out on the course. Coming up next, we're heading into the sports zone. And Nate, you have a lot to talk about tonight. Tell us.
Yeah, we'll be looking at the newly released Big Ten softball tournament brackets and the 2026 home and away opponents for Nebraska volleyball. And really quick, just wanted to say, Kent, we're praying for you always.
You bet.
From the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Nebraska volleyball's Big Ten home and away opponents for 2026 are set. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning into the Sports Zone this evening. Now, this season will look a little different with the addition of the Big Ten Conference Tournament, meaning that the Huskers will play 9 Big Ten home matches and 8 away matches this fall for a total of 17 regular season conference matches. Instead of 20, the Huskers' 9 home matches will be against Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Ohio State, Purdue, Rutgers, UCLA, USC, and Wisconsin. The Huskers' 8 away matches will be against Indiana, Maryland, Michigan, Michigan State, Northwestern, Oregon, Penn State, and Washington. The Big Ten always such a tough volleyball conference. I'm excited to see how the Big Ten tournament will look this season. We got a sneak preview there of this graphic for a second. Now these rotations will operate on a 2-year cycle, so Nebraska's home and away matches will flip for 2027. Here's a look at that home and away opponents for Nebraska. I love seeing USC and Wisconsin on that list for the home games. No Penn State, though. The Nittany Lions coming to Lincoln this season. However, the Huskers will travel to PA and get out to West, Oregon, and Washington. No road trip to Madison, though, this season, but that's a early look at 2026. Moving to Nebraska softball, the Huskers will be in action in the Big Ten tournament this week. And here's a look at the Big Ten tournament, which will be hosted in Maryland. Nebraska landing the 1 seed, of course, in the tournament, and will play their first game on Thursday at 12:30 versus the winner of Michigan, Ohio State. The game will be available to watch on the Big Ten Network, and the tournament runs from Wednesday until this Saturday. Now, Softball America dropped their latest top 25 poll. Nebraska coming in at number 2 this week behind Oklahoma. Oregon and UCLA both landed in the top 10 at 9 and 10. And Indiana snuck in this week's ranking at number 25, so a big week awaits for not only Nebraska softball, but Nebraska baseball as well, who returns home this week following their series loss to Ohio State. Nebraska needing a bounce-back weekend against their rival. Game 1 is Friday, first pitch at 6 p.m. And the Huskers did hold on to a ranking this week in D1 Baseball's latest poll. The Huskers coming in at number 25 this week, and UCLA holds strong there at number 1. Oregon lands at 13, USC there at 18, and Nebraska, of course, sitting at 25, a 9-spot drop after that series lost to Ohio State. The GPAC Baseball Tournament Championship was today between Doane and Concordia, and boy, it was an instant classic tonight. Concordia and Doane going the distance and beyond. Bottom of the 10th inning, Doane would come through. Jet Grosser with the hit. Concordia can't get a clean throw to first. In comes the winning run. Tigers take down the Bulldogs 17-16 tonight in 10 innings to keep their fantastic season alive. There was a combined 51 hits tonight between these two. Doane with 23 of them. The Tigers had to battle back tonight. A 5-run 7th, a big part to that win, and a clutch 2-run 9th. Again, 17-16 the final this evening in 10 innings. That's a game Doane fans will be talking about for a very long time. Congrats to the Tigers. Finally, let's take a look at some of the district soccer scores from tonight's game. On the ladies' side of things, a couple of them. Tonight, Lincoln East with a win. North Star Falls, though. Lincoln Southwest with a big win over Lincoln High. And Lincoln Southeast coming away with a W tonight. And that is going to do it for sports, though. Rod will go ahead and send things back over to you.
Thank you, Nate. Rusty has a final check of the forecast coming up next.
more to come. So save your energy here.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
New at 10, the men behind the mascots, Lil Red and Herbie Husker, are going to be crossing the graduation stage. You know, it's a big rule that the identities of UNL's mascots stay secret until they graduate. And for brothers Aiden and Brendan Kuthfisher, that day is less than a week away. Aiden walked in the shoes of Lil Red, and Brendan wore Herbie Husker's hat for the last 3 years. As the two cross the stage, 2 new students will take on the roles and responsibilities of Herbie and Lil Red. Yep, I guess the next generation gets to take over. Rusty, quick check of the weather.
I think me and you should do that. Go back to school just to do that. That's what I'm thinking. A little bit of light rain out there right now. Most of this just north of the capital city. It'll try to move through Lincoln, but light rain from Columbus to Grand Island to over towards McCook. So it's out there. We're trying. Temperatures tomorrow morning will be in the 30s and 40s. Highs tomorrow struggle. Only in the 30s, 40s, and 50s for highs tomorrow.
All right, quite a difference. Thank you, Rusty, and thank you for joining us. Andrew in Houston will be here bright and early at 5 o'clock. Jimmy Kimmel's coming up next. Have a good night.